Hey, and welcome to Matt and Jess TV. I am Matt Roast.
And I'm Jessica Bun Bun.
This is our reaction to the Big Brother 27 premiere, and in particular, the Accomplice twist. I don't know, and this is a good thing, by the way. I don't know if I've been as surprised about something at an end of a Big Brother episode, especially a premiere, as I was this.
This was one of my most favorite premieres ever. I love the twist with the Accomplice. You know, we've got Rachel back in the house, which, you know, as you guys know, I really like Rachel, but I'm always like, I don't want everybody just falling at the feet of Rachel all season because that's not always fun. But since she's a messy bee, like I'm a messy bee, I think she's going to make it a messy house. So I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be good.
I'm really excited about this season coming out of the premiere. I mean, sure, I know, I understand that come day 4 of the feeds, there's going to be like 3 people we all irrationally hate, but you know what? We're not there yet.
No.
We are in the honeymoon phase of Big Brother right now, where we like everybody. We're so grateful to have the show back. This episode was really, really fun.
Okay, so we are here after the premiere talking about Big Brother.
Yeah.
Typically, we are live feeders. We are going to be here every single day for the entire season, giving you a live feed update as we have for many years here at the channel. But we just couldn't stay away from this premiere. I mean, the live feeds start on Sunday, but we won't be here doing recaps of every single episode. I mean, there's got to be something very special that's happening.
And this is very, very special.
Agreed.
Hence, we're here. We have so much to talk about. Get your tinfoil hats, your magnifying glasses, all of that stuff at the ready. And also hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss these daily Big Brother live feed updates. I mean, we're hoping for chaos, drama. Maybe some people are hoping for showmances, but you know what? I don't care about showmances. I just hope that we have a fun, dynamic season, and we're really excited to have conversations with you guys about it all season long.
Yeah, we're almost at 73,000 subscribers here at the channel. I mean, we've been doing this a really long time. We're so thankful. Like, thank you so much to everyone who has hit that subscribe button. And also, we're going to be talking more about Big Brother over on our Patreon. We'll leave a link for you below, and you can join us over there for more Big Brother discussion. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you guys. We very, very much appreciate that. We're going to do something a little bit unusual here because we kind of got to go in reverse order here to talk about this Accomplice twist, because it's the most exciting thing that happened in this episode. I think when Rachel showed up, we were all just sort of like, ooh, and like we got all that excitement, that hope for drama. I was like, okay, that's it. Great premiere. And then Julie's like, no, 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 no. And then Mastermind, aka Jigsaw from Saw, is basically like, no, 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 no. And then we have this on us.
Yeah, I mean, we have this twist here where right now there's technically 17 house guests. Rachel is there to play all summer. Maybe if you find out who's the accomplice, who helped to like sabotage this whole thing and turn out the lights and all these different things, if you can figure out who that is and these house guests can actually get it right, that person's just going home.
It really does feel like a murder mystery in that way. Like, they do have a chance to get somebody out of the game right from the get-go. It could be anyone, but it also, you know, I'm not usually a fan of Big Brother taking someone out right away, but this feels a little bit different because this, I'm not going to use the word production plant, but this is kind of like a production shrub. It's like something that is in the house that was planned from the get-go. This person knew most likely what they were getting into.
And this feels like this person has a better chance than necessarily just a competition that you know, might be made for you, might not be made for you. We've seen people go night 1 and it sucks. I hate it. I always hate that twist. But this twist feels a lot like they could have gotten away with it. And here, even with this premiere, I was trying to think back of like, who might have been missing, who whatever. And I was like, I just don't know who it could be.
I'm sure there's someone out there, just like there are people who find out personal information of all the house guests like 5 minutes after the cast reveal. I feel like there's somebody who is already rewinding this and figuring it out as we speak. But even like, you know, Jess and I, if you guys have been at the channel for a long time, you know, murder mysteries and stuff like this, this is our bag. We love Only Murders in the Building. Like everything.
We're covering Dexter, starts tonight as well.
Yeah, like we're all for this sort of content. But even with that, because we weren't prepared for it, despite us knowing that this is the theme of the season, I was just like doing my way through the premiere, just like snarkily commenting on things that we are kind of left in the dark. And yet,
Yes.
we have theories.
We absolutely do. And we want to hear your theories too. So be sure to tell us in the comments who you think the accomplice is. Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the accomplice?
Okay. I am 95% confident in all
That's
of
interesting,
this.
because at first he came into the office and was like, I'm 100% sure. I'm like, 100%
Okay,
sure.
listen.
He's like, no, I'm 99% sure. I'm like, 99. Now he's 95.
I will be 55% at the end of this video. Now, here's the thing, guys. You know, we put together all these clues that it was Rachel who was the mystery house guest.
yeah.
You know, I was kind of feeling myself for a minute when I started with the 100%. My confidence is falling, but okay.
No.
Here it is. 95% confident that it is Morgan, and I'm going to give you all the evidence why. Number one, kind of unassuming on paper. They showed her package that she's a little bit athletic. She's not telling people she's athletic, so she might be able to sneak away without anybody noticing. She's mentioned being in track. She can move fast. That's a part of it. But also, think about it like this. You know, we cover the traders, and I kind of think that something they do on the traders when they pick the traders is they kind of sort of figure out in advance, who do we think is going to be capable of doing this? Who do we think is going to handle the responsibility? They wanted someone, and you know, by they I mean production, they want someone who they know is not going to buckle under the pressure. Morgan is someone who plays a lot of these games like Apex Legends and all this other sort of stuff, which is very fast paced. You know, I haven't played that sort of game. I'm like a Final Fantasy, Elden Ring, Skyrim guy. But anyway, you are playing with a lot of other people and you have to make really quick decisions. And I kind of feel like she really fits that bill. And if I'm also just going to go full tinfoil hat on all of this, she's an influencer out of Los Angeles. And it just sort of feels like if they're going to coordinate with somebody, coordinating with an influencer out of Los Angeles, where they are sort of like, you know, and I know Morgan's excited to be there and all of that. I'm actually higher on her now than I was pre-season, but I could still be like, okay, you know what, Morgan, you're going to come on the show. Even if you don't make it far, you're going to get a lot of followers. People are going to be checking out your Twitch. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine that everybody's here to get followers. Like, you know what I mean? As long as you're also here to play the game. And that's why I think the person is Adrian. It's interesting that you brought up Morgan because, yeah, you weren't as high on her at the beginning of this, and now you are. That is how I feel about Adrian. So when I first sort of heard Adrian's like, oh, yeah, I'm building the comps in my backyard, it reminded me of Carson on Survivor. And that was something that it's not against the rules, and that's fine. But I didn't really like that he had like 3D, did all the puzzles and had figured it all out before he went there. I just felt, I don't know, it didn't work for me. So when I heard that Adrian had done that too, I'm like, oh, here we go again. And then I saw his package where he's like, I'm a super fan. I made these things. I put them in the backyard, and watching him holding on to that makeshift wall while this other guy has like a power washer on him. I was like, okay, this guy is hilarious. He's such a nerd. It's so ridiculous. I'm all in on him. When I saw him in the game and he was like part of the competition, like, oh, we're gonna, you know, we have to find Julie, and he's going through and he's listening to everything, and then Zach comes in and steals his win. Not nice, but it's Big Brother. It is what it is. It made me feel a couple things. I was like, okay, Adrian is a game player. He is here to win. He really wants to win. I mean, we saw him finish his bridge, get over there, start trying to figure it all out. That's awesome. I want to see people that want to play, and he is here to play. He's also someone who is a little more under the radar. And I feel like they're going to pick somebody who's maybe not the biggest personality in the house, someone that maybe, you know, some people might be talking to, but not everybody, because he's the nerd. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be him. It might be a fun thing that production's just like, oh yeah, we'll take someone who's a super fan, a gamer, that kind of feel. You want someone who wants to do it, who's like, oh, put me in, coach. I've been waiting to play Big Brother forever. I will do anything. I can do this. And I think it's him.
Okay, see, I'm not fully there with your Adrian love as of yet. Adrian can be your guy for the time being, but
He is my guy for time being.
I like him. I do like him more than I did earlier on. Like I will at least he's got serious theater kid energy where he just
I love
constantly
that.
feels like he wants to be the star of the play. He's got like everything they showed in his room and his package. He feels like a guy kind of like me who when he was like 15, he was doing fake Whose Line Is It Anyway improv games in his bedroom. Like I feel like that is this guy.
He reminded me a lot of you. I think
Oh
that's
boy.
why I was
Oh
just
boy.
like, oh, I really like this guy.
He's trying so hard, and maybe that I do try really hard, and I think
You
that
don't. You
no,
don't.
but I think he is more likable. I think he is interesting. He would be a fun accomplice, and I
Yeah.
think that is sort of the idea here. No matter who the accomplice is, I want it to be somebody who's really embracing it.
Okay, do we think that the accomplice is actually going to be found? That's the next question. Are we going to have 17 house guests this summer or 16? What do you guys think? What do you think? Found, not found?
They're not going to get found. And
Same, not found.
okay, here's a little bit of story time here is that, you know, we've interviewed Alison Grodner in the past, and
Yeah.
we interviewed her in particular around the time of the infamous Caitlin Herman Big Brother 20 puzzle disaster. And one of the things that really came out of that, and, you know, Allison said this without saying it, that they made this puzzle so easy that only a complete and total wah would not be able to do it, and Caitlin wasn't able to do it. They want this twist to play out. They want
do.
this person to stay in the game. It's not as much fun. Like it's okay, let me put it this way. Reality television is not necessarily completely fixed. I'm not saying that. However, there are always outcomes that producers want. They wanted
course.
Caitlin to complete that puzzle. They want this person to finish the job on making sure they can stay in the game. So that's what I think is going to happen.
I think so as well. I don't think that they want them out, especially because they are willing to play ball and do these sort of more mysterious, devious things. I mean, that's somebody that they're going to want to keep in the house.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for what that looks like, but okay.
All right, let's talk about Rachel Riley coming into the house. Now, this is something that, you know, we did talk about in a video
Yes.
yesterday, and we felt very confident that it's her. I mean, all the evidence was there that it was her, and sure enough, it's her. And as much as, you know, I really like Rachel a lot. She's a
Yeah.
messy bee. I'm a messy bee. I really like having her on the show because she's going to keep things interesting. However, I don't like having veterans or celebrities or rock stars on the show because it always ends up that we have people in the house that end up fawning all over them. They want to be friends with them. They want to be in an alliance with them because they know that America really likes Rachel. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. She's an icon in this franchise, and they're going to want to be part of that. So they're all going to gravitate towards her. Jimmy said exactly what I would think if I walked into a house. Rachel's there, Dan's there, Dr. Will's there, Derek is there. I would just be like, this person has to go immediately, if not sooner. I do not want to be a bunch of newbies in this game playing against someone like Rachel Riley who has won this game. Get her out of here. I'm not here to help her win money.
Okay, so there's a couple of thoughts that entered my head with Rachel. First and foremost, her entrance is the least subtle entrance in the history of Big Brother. She basically kicks the door open, screams, "Floaters grab a life vest," which has always been funny to me because Rachel never actually understood what a floater is in the correct Big Brother terminology. But, you know, whatever. She goes in, shouts that. She basically just parades her way down.
She just floated down those stairs.
You might as well have just cloned Brendan 4 times and had him like just carrying her down with her sitting on a throne, just like waving like she's the princess of Big Brother. It was so ridiculous. And that is even more. If I'm standing there in that moment, you mentioned Jimmy, mentioned anybody else,
right?
I would sort of be like, oh, not only is she probably going to beat me, but she's also going to steal a lot of my confessional time. So those Big Brother players out there who are like, I've got all these quips saved for the diary room, they're not going to be on the air now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel is such a big personality. We've had the pleasure of speaking with her in the past. She's very, very charismatic, which is so dangerous in this game. Like being around her and talking to her, she has an energy that if, she's in that good mood or whatever, everybody feels like they're in a
Yeah.
good mood. She just has something very special to be around. It is extremely dangerous. It's the same as Dan, who we have also spoken to. His charisma is off the charts. You're just like the Dan mist. It's like, yeah, whatever you want, man. We're here for it. It's cool. You want the money? We'll help you get to the money. And that's why Rachel needs to get out.
Okay. I think Rachel needs to get out. I'm going to present two caveats.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is, let's say you're a really, really big target in the game and you're worried you're going to be a really big target for some time. Like maybe Keanu falls in this camp because he's huge. Like the dude is built like a boulder and people are going to think he wins a lot of comps. Maybe you want to keep Rachel because she's a big target. Not forever, but maybe just for a few weeks. It's a risk, but I think
Oh, yes.
you got to think about it. Here's the other scenario, and I'm not even arguing this as saying it's good for your game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say you're in the house and you're just kind of like, you know what? These other people suck. I just want to watch somebody be funny and ridiculous and start fights.
Messy.
Here's what you do, because we all know Rachel's weakness in Big Brother. She's incredibly volatile. You keep her in the game, you rile her up, you then just use her to just go berserk at the other people, and then you just sit back, have your popcorn, enjoy the show. Like maybe that's almost as good as winning for some people.
Yeah, maybe it is. I mean, I'd rather walk out with the money. And if I want to walk out with the money, I need Rachel out of the game. But I don't think she's going to be going anywhere because the reception to her from the other Big Brother fans
know.
that are there. I know there was some people that were like, oh no, I've let my Big Brother fan mask slip. It's like, nobody's paying attention to you right now. Honestly, nobody's paying attention to you. All their focus is over here on Rachel. She's not going anywhere. Everyone's going to want to be her best friend.
Yeah, I think she's going to have a pretty easy road for at least a few weeks just because, yeah, people want to be around her. You want to hear the stories. You want to be friends with her friends. Like, it's a real thing in life. Anytime you know somebody who's popular, you always want to hang out with their friends.
Absolutely.
Okay, now let's get into some of the other house guests as we sort of saw them throughout this episode. And there are some people I like more, and there are some people I like less beyond just the people we've talked about already. Where should I start? Should I be positive or negative?
Let's go with Captain Will. He loves being 50. I also love being 50. The minute he said that, I'm like, sold.
Okay, listen. You've got the 50 connection with him.
I do.
I've got the Bald Brotherhood connection.
Okay, we can
with
share
him.
him.
Well, just like we are sharing Keanu at the moment because, McKinney, Texas, Dungeon Master Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu, when he was just like, oh yeah, my parents are big Keanu Reeves fans. I'm like, no way. Of course they are. And then he's like, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I'm like, what? Wait, what? John Wick? Not John Wick? What is happening here?
Listen, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is my favorite Keanu Reeves movie. I'm just gonna
Wait,
say that. I love Bill and Ted. I'm not saying anything about Bogus Journey. I'm just saying the first movie is cinema. It's phenomenal. Everyone should watch it at least 10 times. But
Oh my God, John Wick will avenge me.
okay, that's fine. You can have John Wick all you want. No, I really obviously really like Keanu. I do like Will more than I did leading into this
Me
as
too.
well. I will say I like Lauren a little bit more than I did because it just felt like Lauren going into the game was kind of the generic young woman archetype, and she does still have a little bit of that. But seeing in her little pre-package that she had an HOH robe that she was given to her as a birthday gift, I was like, okay,
That's
you're
so
not
cute.
you're not playing pretend with this. Like you are a legit Big Brother fan, but also Lauren, if you're a real Big Brother fan, you should know that wearing the HOH robe is almost always a kiss of death. You
know.
do not put that thing on. It is just like you do not enter the house first either.
Okay, let's talk about this HOH. I mean, it was really interesting how they put it up with this challenge. Jimmy wins this challenge, and he's like, all right, he gets this power. We had Zach, he got $10,000. Great, good for you. And then we've got this huge power where Jimmy is allowed to pick 4 people, including himself, to play for the HOH. And I was like, here we go. This looks like there is a lot of game players here. And he's walking around being like, do you want to play? Do you want to play? No, 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 no. And I was so frustrated. I was just like screaming at my TV because, yes, there have been people that have been HOH first and they were messy and they blew it. And that's fine. That
Yeah.
can happen. But being the first HOH is actually a huge advantage if you do it right.
Yes.
Because the very first HOH to me is the person that really sets the tone and the flow of the entire season. Nobody knows anybody right now. The first HOH is the person that gets to know everybody, whether they're lying to you or not. You will get some people in there that are pretty truthful, and you will be able to make connections because nobody knows anybody, right? So they're going to want to be connected to the person in power, and they have the time then to cultivate that relationship. And yeah, I know people are like, oh, I don't want to get blood on my hands.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anybody. It's the first week. Like, nobody's going to remember this. It's not a big deal. Like, this is the easiest person to get out because nobody's made a connection with them yet. This is the HOH to have. I would be like me, I'll take it. I'll take all the spots. You can't get anybody else to play. I'll play all three of them.
This is recency bias at its worst because, okay, here's what these people are thinking about. They're thinking about Angela, who is just, you might think Angela's great entertainment, but Angela was a terrible Big Brother player who just managed to stick around for a long time. But, her being first OHOH, it's like that was player specific that it was a hot mess. Frenchie,
yes, it was so messy.
Yeah, but go further back here. Cody, Big Brother All-Stars, and I know you can claim pregame alliances or whatever. Cody was an incredible player that season.
He ran that
Great
table.
first HOH. Hayden back in Big Brother 12.
Yes.
Even go back to Big Brother 11. Like, I might be mistaken, but if my memory serves me correctly, our beloved Mr. Pectacular was running things pretty early on that season. And were it not for the coup de Jeff completely destroying Big Brother 11, who knows how well he would have done.
Okay, so we get into our four players here. Jimmy, of course, chooses himself. Adrian, who I love. Ashley, and Vince, who I'm such a fan of. I was a fan of him before all of this. He goes in there. He wins the HOH. And my guy with the mustache, oh my God, he's won. He's the HOH. I was so excited that he won this HOH. He is just, I feel like...
Yes.
That no one was really speaking to him too much.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
He needed this
It's
HOH.
It's true. Not as effective as your hair.
No, he needed this HOH. He really did. I feel like he just wasn't necessarily, so we just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Beats, why aren't you on? I feel like he just wasn't connecting really well with people. Like, other people were really making connections very quickly. He seems like he's a bit more of a quiet guy. He might be a little more of a slow burn. Maybe, this HOH, if he didn't get it, he would have gone.
I agree with you. I think he's the perfect person to be the first HOH. And, I will say this, as ridiculous as it's going to sound, and I know it's going to be ridiculous, the mustache is a very smart move for him. And I think it's because...
I love the mustache. It's so good.
I know you love the mustache, but even beyond your love for the mustache, it's like you see a guy who looks like that, who looks like he's working the video store with Joseph from last season, and you just sort of say, okay, he's not going to be a comp threat. He's just going to be like this weird hipster guy. And then you learn in his package, he's a baseball player. He's got a lot more athleticism. He's able to disguise it. That mustache is basically like walking into a place wearing a mustache and people mistreat you and they think you're different.
That's right. He's juggling machetes. That's pretty badass. I'm here for it.
Yes.
I'm really happy that he is HOH. He's not going to be messy, and I think this will give him the opportunity that I don't think he was going to get in the game to actually get to know people, that people will be coming to him, they will be talking to him, and I think he's going to be able to make some connections with maybe some of the other quieter players in the game. I'm very happy with this.
It's all about how you leverage it and the conversations you have, the relationships you make, as long as you do not get a case of HOH-itis. And this brings me to Zach. Listen, Zach, I don't like you as much as I did before the season. I'm just going to say it. You are too...
Oh, yeah? Why?
You are too bro-y for me. I'm sorry. I really thought you were going to be kind of like this somewhat social but still interesting guy who just so happens to be an athlete. I knew about your athletic background already, but it just feels like you are a bro and you're not bringing anything interesting to the table to me, yeah, you won the money. Congratulations. I would also want to get you out because you've already got money. And I know that's petty, but it's just sort of like you already won $10,000. You know how many dollars I've won so far? You can go. You've already got a prize. Congrats.
I would get him out of the game because of how he won that money. Now, this is Big Brother,
Yeah.
so, being snaky like that is part of the game, right?
Yeah.
However, at the same time, I don't want to be in a position where, if that's happened to, Adrian, that's going to happen to me. Like if I'm doing something, trying to figure something out and he's just going to come in and snake whatever it is, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to play the game with someone like that because they're absolutely going to get one over on me. And
Yeah.
that to me, then if I saw that, I'd be like, after Rachel, it's Zach. He's got to go.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going anywhere. I think everyone's going to be like, oh, he's so nice. He's,
Yeah.
tall, buff, attractive, whatever, social. I just don't see him going anywhere.
Yeah, he's
But
probably
he's
not.
dangerous.
He's very dangerous. He's also kind of boring. And that's just sort of the thing. I don't want people in the game who aren't going to bring me exceptional TV. You look at somebody like Mickey, who we haven't known all that long, but she was great in the confessional in this episode. Even when she's talking about not wanting to compete for the HOH, I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I'm like, you're just fun. I like listening to you talk in the diary room. Like, I support people like that sticking around.
She is exactly what it said on the tin. Before the season, I was like, I'm really interested in this person.
Yes.
She's an event curator. Her job is to give people anything they want, make them feel special, make their day special. And that's the job, right? If that's her job and she's been doing this for this long and she can make people feel special out of nothing, then she is going to be really dangerous in the game. And then when I saw her tonight, I was like, she is exactly what they said on the tin.
Okay, so there's one more person I want to spotlight here, and this is maybe this will be a new ongoing feature, but I'm going to call it the Matt Klotz Award for somebody who I really wanted to root for, but despite all of my best interests, I then end up being like, no, you know what? I really can't root for them. I'm sorry. Because I wanted to root for Matt because he came in, and talked a lot about his deafness. And a lot of I'm legally blind. I can't see out of my right eye. And so I was like thinking, oh, that's really, really cool. There's some representation on this show. And then he was just really unlikable. And then I got over that really, really fast. Now, we had this package here about Riley, who, for starters, he looks like Georgie from Young Sheldon, and I'm never going to be able to not see that whenever he's on screen. But beyond all that, he was talking about he's got a family member who's got cerebral palsy, and I also have cerebral palsy. It's why, if you watch these videos, my eyebrows go a little out of control. I can't stay still. I don't have it anywhere near as severe as his family member does. So it's like there's this part of me that was like, okay, this is endearing, but at the same time, I'm just like, I can't relate to anything else with you. Like, nothing I've heard about you preseason has been good. So I just have to remind myself to use my better judgment and don't get sucked in by the premiere Big Brother edit.
Yeah, it got to me as well because I know that you have cerebral palsy, so I was just like, ooh, oh no. But I still am I can't relate to him. I'm just not interested in him. And then when Mickey was like, oh, I was like, wait a second, what? No. Oh my God, no.
Listen, Mickey is
You can do better, Mickey.
She's just working the social game. She's so good at working the social game. She's like, you know what, Big Brother producers? I'm going to make you guys think that I'm interested in a showmance with him so I can get airtime. That's really what is happening here.
Yeah.
No, I just think overall, this is a really, really good premiere. There's a lot going on here. I mean, the only bummer with it, there's so many freaking competitions in this premiere that, like, we don't get the social structure of the house. We don't get the gameplay. Even when they were doing the whole getting to know you, hi, my name is, it got interrupted after 2 seconds. So it's just like we're really left without a lot of the information that Jess and I really love to break down.
They have made a mistake not giving us the live feeds now. They should be going on now, or even tomorrow morning. I'll give them that. Sunday, like, I understand that they don't want to give away the twist of, who is this accomplice sort of thing. I get it. But then, just have a show tomorrow night and just tell us and then give us the feeds.
Like, what else are you going to do on CBS Friday nights? This is the summer. What, you just going to air repeats of Fire Country? It's just like, what is that guy's going to do for you guys? I'm sitting here acting like I'm network executive, man.
Listen, it's Nerds Night In on Friday night. We'll all stay home and watch. It'll be fine.
I just remembered one other thing that I needed to shout out about our guy Keanu. when he was the wizard and he showed up in the outfit. Okay, two things. I one time dressed like a wizard in high school, and I
One
think
time.
it was only one time. I dressed as a lot of other things, but it was like a school spirit day, and I wore this big white wig, like white beard. They gave me recognition on the PA system, so you know what, Keanu, I see you. I was a really big nerd, if that wasn't obvious to anyone.
Was?
Yeah, okay. I am a very, very big nerd, but this is the other funny thing about this, though, is seeing him dressed as a wizard. At the same time Rachel was on the show, it reminded me of Big Brother 12 when Brendan hosted, well, when Brendan was in that competition and he was just like, Brittany! And then Brittany did the diary room making. It's one of my favorite moments of that entire season.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about Big Brother being back. I hope you guys are. We are ready to talk about it with you all season long. So please hit that subscribe button. It helps
you.
to support us. We are inching closer to 73,000 subscribers. We're very,
Wow.
very appreciative about that. And you can support us further by joining our Patreon. That link is in the description. We're going to be talking about Big Brother there with you guys all season long. We really appreciate your support. We will see you here next time.